And we're back for part 2. We got through 13 clues and didn't leave with $1,000. I'm gonna go with women in history for 200.
The answer is
3 days before her execution as a spy, she wrote to President Eisenhower asking for clemency. I think it was Ethel Rosenberg.
A white guy drives a red Deal. Put all the arrest records from last year. White males arrested for solicitation or assault.
DMV records for every red
women in history for 3.
The answer is
in 1969, this 21-year-old MP from Northern Ireland was convicted of inciting to riot. Liz rings in was Bernadette Devlin. 1980s pop music 200.
The answer is
Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson both had #1 singles with him in the 1980s.
Well, she cut you out because you caged her in your car.
Oh, it's Paul McCartney, one of the members of the Beatles, along with Ringo Starr and Mick Jagger. Food 300.
The answer is
It can be Osetra, Savruga, or Beluga. I think it's caviar. It is. I'm going to finish up philosophy for 500. There's the daily double. I'm going to make it a true daily double, despite all this craziness that's been going on. Leibniz's optimistic view of the world was ridiculed by Voltaire in this work. That would be Candide. Double my money to $3,000. Women in history for 4.
The answer is
this Queen of Egypt had 6 daughters, 2 of whom later became queen.
Bless those you have chosen to protect us.
Liz rings in was Nefertiti. Alright. Where to now? Food for 400.
The answer is
Guinness says the longest of these ever made contained 20,000 bananas and 3.5 tons of ice cream. It's a banana split. Yes. Food for 5.
The answer is
to make beef Wellington, thinly coat the beef with pâte de foie gras and wrap it in this. Rob rings in. Oh, it's pastry. I thought it was some kind of like foil or something. Possibly wax paper. But nope, it's pastry. Now it's actresses and roles 100.
The answer is
this little girl played the Little Colonel, Little Miss Broadway, and Little Miss Marker. Shirley Temple? Shirley Temple Black?
Don't worry, young lady. I don't think they'll arrest you.
Why would they arrest you?
Well, you are a prostitute.
This is home the truth, or you gonna arrest you? No, Gladys. I just need you to identify the man trying to tell you.
The police will lie, Gladys, all the time. One more word. I'm calling you for some.
Yes.
You know, I don't think I can.
Women in history for 5.
The answer is
named to this post by FDR, Frances Perkins was the first woman to hold a position in the cabinet.
Are you ready to meet your father?
Are you ready to meet your father?
No.
Liz rings in was Secretary of Labor.
Are you ready to meet your father?
Number 3. Step forward and repeat the...
Alright. 1980s pop music 300.
The answer is Oh, you said he couldn't see.
The title of a 1986 hit by Falco asked this composer to rock me.
Staring right at me.
Amadeus.
Step forward and repeat the phrase. Are you ready to meet your father?
What more shall be done to you? Sharp arrows of the warrior deliver
Yes.
my soul to my father.
And I know that. Of course, Falco now being dead in a bus crash. 1985 music 400.
The answer is
In the name of this 1985 group of 46 singers, the USA stands for United Support of Artists.
You okay?
USA for Africa. Alright? Finishing it out.
the answer is
Let's hear it for
Denise Williams' hit Let's Hear It for the Boy was heard in this 1984 Kevin Bacon film. That would be Footloose.
Now you can enjoy good choices even more. People who spent $100 a week at leading national supermarkets on frequently purchased groceries could have saved $55 in
Okay.
month by shopping at Walmart instead.
Actresses and roles 200.
the answer is
Great days for the savers.
This Gabor sister did the voices of Duchess in Duchess the Cat and Walt Disney's The Aristocrats.
George Clooney gets the first
I'm gonna say Ava Gabor.
for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture.
No, I didn't think of it that way at all.
It's either Ava or Jaja.
Are you ready? I'm ready.
It is Ava Gabor.
Go get him, Tiger.
300.
the answer is
Enterprise will pick you up.
Geraldine Page's last Broadway role was the happy medium in this Noel Coward play.
A breakthrough in oral health technology gives you all around protection.
Rob rings in. It's Blythe Spirit. It's either that or Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Into a microfine foam while you brush. The foam penetrates hard to reach.
Oh, maybe a different author wrote that. 400.
And protect against.
the answer is
Discover why 9 out of 10 dentists recommend.
Comedian who got an Oscar nod for playing a choir singer in her first film, Nashville.
Brand Power, helping you buy better.
Jay's back on the Tonight Show with Apollo Ono and the cast of Jersey Shore.
Lily Tomlin.
A cookie frog on the loose in Manila.
The state says no.
Alright. So Liz and Rob are tied at 1900.
This time in
We have one more clue to go, so let's look at it.
ready for more.
the answer is
Just the state capital for a Hawaii girl.
This Cuban-American actress starred on Broadway in They're Playing Our Song.
Taco Del Mar and grab hold of the big Spanish burritos, the pound and a half Mondo. You think you can handle it? It's totally
Liz rings in. It's Lucy Arnaz.
a Mondo burrito at any of Taco Del Mar's Hawaii locations.
So at the end of the Jeopardy round, Liz is up to 2,400. I'm in the lead at 4,500, and Rob at 1,900 picks first in Double Jeopardy.
here are the categories
6 categories are money,
Geico, 15 minutes,
June,
15% or more on car insurance.
When life
cosmetics,
falls, does it come on
books and authors,
financially stressed?
Europe,
Metals will purchase your gold, silver, platinum,
and American Indians.
gemstones and pay you cash on the spot. No checks, no waiting.
Okay, I'll try these categories. Rob, we're going to start her with what? Europe, 200.
the answer is
You can get the cash you need for the
Nation whose flag is made up of the crosses of St. George, St. Andrew, and St. Patrick.
American Savings Bank
I believe it's
has our lowest rate ever.
England.
It comes with no closing costs. And you get up to $500 to switch. No wonder
No, maybe it's Ireland.
didn't know about it. Equity Express from American Savings Bank. No other home equity line gives you more. Find out how
No, it's the United Kingdom.
Hawaii.com.
Go to HawaiiNewsStore.com. The golf card banner to purchase a Hawaii
Alright,
for 10 rounds of golf.
now it's June for 200.
the answer is
$99. Perfect for the average golfer.
The first of these opened in Camden, New Jersey in June of 1933 with a 40 by 50 foot screen and parking for 400 cars. Oh no. I think it's a...
Well, she
Oh, it's a drive-in theater. I thought it was a parking lot.
24 weeks and healthy. It's a miracle considering Gladys said
All right.
natal care and has been engaging in high-risk...
Now it's books and authors for 200.
The answer is
With a little luck.
He wrote a novel called The Great American Novel a few years after Portnoy's complaint.
Those victims are dead. But my baby are alive, and I plan on keeping them that way. Come back tomorrow.
If we don't get a formal ID from God,
Philip Roth. Oh, said by Rob. All right. Now it's American Indians for 200.
the answer is
How does the defendant plead?
Iroquois villages were often surrounded by these water barriers.
People request remand.
Your Honor, these
Moats?
My client is a respected lay minister in the area. I'm a servant of God, Your Honor.
Tending to his flock from a beat-up Buick Regal with expired.
Yes.
2 young
4,500. I'll see you guys for part 2. Part 3, excuse me.